everyone, Kyle here. Sorry that if I look a little bit unruly, I got up not that long ago, but it is June 12th, 2022, and it is the first day of the American Astronomical Society meeting, AAS 240. And it's a big one because it's the first in-person one that they're holding in 2.5 years. The last one was in 2020, which I actually went to. It was in Hawaii. And I'm excited to go to this conference. And it's technically a hybrid conference because some people are going to be joining virtually through their computers, while some people like myself will be attending in person. And I just thought it might be a cool thing to document for you guys sort of the conference nature, because there's so much going on at the same time simultaneously. Presentations, exhibits, town hall meetings, like NASA's going to be talking there, NRAO is talking there, that's the National Radio Astronomy Observatory, NSF, just so many things are happening at a conference that you would love to see, but there's just no way you can actually be there. You'd have to be like, you have to clone yourself and be in multiple places to see it all. So I really want to sort of decide what are the things I want to see. And of course, going to a conference means running into some people I might know, either that I met before in person or I know online through social media. So maybe some of you who are watching this eventually will have been there and hopefully will have met, and maybe you'll be part of the blog. I don't know. I haven't really thought this through. But with that, I need to get ready for the day. So I will talk to you guys later. All right, everyone. So it is currently 3:09 on Sunday, and it is about time for me to get ready to drive over to Pasadena, which will take about an hour. And I will be going to the student reception as well as sort of the opening ceremony for the conference that always happens sort of like on the Sunday of the event that happened last time I went to AAS. That was back in 2020. So yeah, without further ado, ready to go to my car and be headed to Pasadena. Okay, so I've just made it to Pasadena. I've just parked in the parking garage of the convention center. So I am going to now decide what stuff I'm going to bring. I think I'm just going to take my small bag and my iPad and my phone. I don't think I'm going to bring my laptop, so I'll leave that in the trunk. Don't rob me, guys. Just don't rob me, please. Looks like they've got the dining set up. I don't know if that's for us. I'm going to guess it is, because I want food. In the exhibit hall now. Still trying to find my badge. I guess this is exhibit hall A through C. And yeah, this looks pretty familiar to what the atmosphere was like back in Hawaii in 2020. So gotta get my badge. So got my badge here, my name on it. Got some other stuff on here. What is this? I've got my receipt. Great. And they also gave us bags from the meeting that never happened in Salt Lake because it got canceled. Because this one's 239, this is technically 240. But, you gotta use that material, I guess. Part of the badge process is picking out the ribbons. So let's see, which ribbons do I need? Okay, I need to follow me on Twitter, of course, gotta get that one. Also need to ask me about my iPoster. Not a first-time attendee, and I'm not an undergrad, so yeah, it looks like that's all I need. So I gotta add these to my badge now. So these are the first two people I ran into at AAS 240. I got Sabina here from Stony Brook.
Wow, an honor. Hi, yeah, I'm impressed.
She's with the press, so she's documenting all the facts, all the knowledge, all the details. And of course, I have here Dr. Malena Rice, recently graduated from Yale, now a postdoc at MIT, and will be starting
12 days ago.
As of 12 days ago, wow. And we'll be starting a faculty position at Yale in about a year. Am I not correct? All right. So how's your talk going for AAS 240?
It's going. I've, not really started, but it's on Wednesday, so there's plenty of time.
There's plenty of time. See, that's the nature of being an academic. Like, we get to the conference, that's when you work on the thing, I mean, I still got things to work on till Wednesday as well, which is what I was going to do now, actually. So I will be back later. Thank you guys so much for being vlog. Hopefully we'll see you around, throughout the conference. And now this is where I make my exit. So I want to introduce John, who's part of our research group. He came right after me, I guess, technically, in order. And he is presenting on Mark 817, which, to be frank, I don't really know what it's all about. So I guess it's about reverberation mapping.
Yeah. I mean, if you've ever heard of NGC 5548.
Of course, that's a classic one. That's the one that's referenced in that one paper from like, I'm making this up, guys. I don't know what it's all about.
But like, if it's like similar.
Gotcha. All right. Homework for everyone watching right now. You got to look up that particular AGN, and then you'll understand John's talk tomorrow when I grill him on video. But yeah. All right. So I've made a big blunder. I have left my laptop in my car. I thought that was not a bad idea, but it seems like a lot of people brought their laptops, which makes me feel like I should have brought my laptop. But that's just peer pressure, right? I don't really have to care about that. Thing is that I don't really need to make much more changes to my poster. I would like to plan out a little bit more what I'm going to say. My advisor watching this in the future is probably going to be chastising me for it being Sunday and not having a fully laid out speech or talk to give, but it happens. So yeah, I will be spending the next few days working on what I'm going to say for Wednesday, while also trying to figure out what I'm going to be doing day to day. I've also printed out the schedule for the event, so I'm going to show you guys right here what it looks like. It's off my tab. We have the schedule day by day broken down here. It's sort of a block schedule. Kind of tells you what's happening in parallel. I believe is this Monday? Let's see here. I think this is Monday. Yeah, this is Monday. Actually, John, who you just met, is actually going to be talking in this session right here on AGN and Quasars iPoster session, so we'll stop by tomorrow to see him. I really want to go to the NRAO Science and Development presentation, because that's relevant to me, because I do radio astronomy. NRAO is National Radio Astronomy Observatory. And if we fast forward to Wednesday, wait, where am I? Where's my talk? I think it's Potpourri of Galaxies. I think I'm 343. That would make sense because I just have my talk's just about galaxies. So yeah, that's it. Barely like an hour into here and I'm already tired because I'm vlogging. Oh, just want to introduce my advisor, Dr. Aaron Barth at UC Irvine. Just gave me some final advice. It's funny, I was actually just talking about how I still need to work a little bit on what I want to say. I was like, my advisor is going to watch this and going to chastise me. And you literally just walked by 2 minutes after I had filmed that. So
let the record show that I did not chastise you.
Yes, but not at least on video. Maybe once I put it off, it'll change. But yeah, that's who advises me, everyone who's been wondering. Okay, so we are in exhibit hall A and B for the student reception. So everyone here is supposedly still a student. So we don't have our PhDs yet or anything, and it's a really happening place right now. A lot of different booths and tables, organizations. There's some books there. You know me, I love books, so I gotta check this out. Oh, we got the NASA booth over here. Hold on. There's the NASA booth for all the NASA exhibits. Chandra X-ray Observatory, and yeah. This is AAS 240. There'll be even more packed and happening tomorrow. But so far, this is really cool. Wow. Looks like there's... I'm kind of just taking it all in, guys. Sorry if I'm not making a lot of sense, just because I'm like just kind of overwhelmed with just like being here. There's ALMA! Those of you who know, ALMA is the telescope I use. So, shout out ALMA. I'm publishing a paper with data from ALMA, so you already know that I'm a big fan. This is the Princeton University Press display. Those of you who know, who've seen my bookshelf, I have a ton of books from them, like this one. And, of course, the big book combining all these. And a lot of books here that I really would like to get, actually. So, much thanks to Princeton University Press for letting me film their display. So, Princeton University Press just said they would reserve a book for me to pick up on Thursday if I really want to keep it. And I picked Little Book of Cosmology by, was it Lyman Page? I normally would go for like a big, huge textbook, but honestly, I ain't gonna be carrying that around here. I just need a little small book. But thank you to Princeton University Press for for doing that. That's incredible. So Thursday you'll see me have a new book in my library. Of course, you always need to have food. The hungry astronomers starving before dinner. Food successfully acquired to hold me over till dinner. And now you can see here, these are the iPosters. This is a whole iPoster gallery where I guess I'll be presenting on Wednesday. Not I guess, it definitely is going to be on Wednesday. Let me go to Wednesday here. Let's see if I could find mine in this panel. Let's just take a look. Okay. Oh, well, I got everybody. Nice. There it is. There it is. Can we present it, please? Ooh, there we go. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. My poster that my advisor has given the A-OK on. We got a nice movie here playing. It's pretty hype. So, like I said, I think I might, I don't know if I actually mentioned this, but I think I might include some narration in each section of this poster, just so in case people who are here, but I'm not here throughout the day, can just listen to my poster. So my blog has now become a mukbang apparently, because I'm eating the chips. I want to know just how long adrenaline can feel me, because it's only day one, and it's not even like an hour and a half since we started, and it's like already I'm kind of tired. It doesn't help that it was really hot on the drive here, so I don't know. Someone waved to me over there, and I think I know who it is, and I'm afraid if I guess wrong. I don't think I'm wrong, but I can't actually see very well from a distance. That's why I wear glasses to drive. So if it's not who I think it is, that's kind of embarrassing. But I think it is. I'm sitting here, and I ran into someone that I recognized, who I thought I recognized, but then I was like, I actually was talking about this 2 minutes ago. I was like, I think that's someone I know, but I can't see very well. And I'm going to be brave, and I'm going to go up there and say hello. And I did. So I met some new people in the process. So I met Katya here over at University of Kansas. Rebecca is the person that I've met before, and who had a really nice card, actually. You should take a look at her card. Like,
oh wait, do you want to do the whole set?
Yeah, like look at this creativity here. I gotta.
Choice, really.
Let's take a look here. I'm gonna zoom in on that. Look at that, people. She has. Look at all those different versions of cards you can pick. I picked one. I have one with Saturn on it. So, and the Pillars of Creation. So,
nice.
I think
That's
I pulled
my
it.
favorite space picture, if I'm being honest with you. Because it's the pillars and it's an infrared. And so everyone's seen the Hubble one. That's
right.
Like all the pretty colors. You've seen the Pillars of Creation. It's been famous forever. But then they did it in infrared, and so you can actually see through the gas and into the stars that are being formed inside the pillars.
Infrared is underrated. You heard it here first, because you know what? I use infrared observations to look through dust, because optical, it doesn't cut it. It gets blocked by the dust. You can't see it. It gets scattered, polarized, all that bad stuff. And now infrared. See, this is the real MVP.
Yeah.
So thank you, Rebecca, for giving this to me.
welcome.
And of course, I'll introduce here.
Hello.
And where are you going to school, sir?
I'm just finishing up at University of Chicago.
University of Chicago. Awesome. Doctor.
Congrats.
Doctor here. Well, congratulations, sir. You can still come into this room because you haven't officially just gotten doctor yet. Is that correct?
I defend next month.
I see. Okay. I ran into someone who literally defended like 2 weeks ago, and they're like, "Yeah, I can't go in because I'm no longer, a student."
I
They
mean,
can
the student
totally do
reception
that.
isn't just for students. It's meant to be for students to meet people.
Well, she's going by the letter of the law. She's like, "I'm no longer student. I'm technically postdoc." So,
I don't go to the student reception.
Boys, Monsieur Tae Francisco, recently married, by the way. Congratulations, dude. Got the ring on. Tae, I would say recent father, but your child just turned 1, so
1 year old.
congratulations to
Walking
1
and
year old. Talking.
And solving differential equations.
Guy will teach his, he'll teach his child differential equations of the two. I would believe it. Would you do it? Let's go, man. I'll introduce you. So everyone, this is Jeysen Flores Velasquez, summer student that worked with our group one summer ago, was it? 1 summer ago. And he did a great job, and he is now going to go on to Penn State for grad school. What do you have to say, man?
It's been challenging, challenging undergrad, but I'm ready to give it all at graduate school.
This I know he's gonna make it. He was a great student to work with, and it's just so great to see him here. This is the first time we're meeting in person, aren't we?
We met.
This is the first time we're meeting in person, isn't it? Because we did everything virtual.
Yes, it was a struggle, but it was worth it.
The floodgates have opened, the reception is on, and it's time to get some food. So hopefully I will be left with some food to eat. And of course I run into John Montana again. My good, dude, you're just trying to get into the vlogs. Into the vlogs, man. I don't know what it is. The proof is in the pudding. Delicious food, and that's the salad that I have not eaten yet. Yay. So I have a very special guest, friend of the channel. She's actually in the Friends of the Channel list, which you might have seen below if you actually went to the bottom of my channel. Say hello to Hillary, Diane, Andales, MIT what?
Can I be in the front camera?
You want to be in the front camera?
I look cuter in the front camera.
All right, cut. So I'm here with a very special guest that I've run into here in Pasadena. I have current MIT undergraduate and Breakthrough Challenge winner in 2017. Yes, I got it this time. Yeah, I know. Remember her? This is her now.
I feel old yet. Is that something?
Yeah, feel old yet? I should get like the picture of you when you won it, and then it's like, this is her now. You're old yet? Dude, honestly, you look pretty much the same. You look pretty much the same. Yeah, I mean, everyone in the comment below, tell us if Hillary looks the same as she did 5 years ago. She probably does. I think she does. So how was your first, this is your first AAS, right? Okay, so how is it going? It's been like 3 hours, so.
Well, I've been here since Saturday.
Okay, it's been like 27 hours.
Yes. So I did a workshop, Foundations of Astronomical Data Science. That was really fun. I learned about how to query Gaia, pan stars, and then make a plot.
I know those words.
Yeah.
Gaia, pan stars. I definitely know those words. But I'm like a extragalactic guy. I don't think that's a very extragalactic thing. It's more like a.
It's inside Milky Way.
What? Bro, we're talking. That's like distances she's working with, and the distances like I'm working with. It's like to the end of that street. As is customary with conferences, you get swag, as in stuff we all get. Swag.
Yeah.
And
That's what I didn't know. That's what
it is. She's young, folks. Don't hate on her. She's young. So, what do we have here?
The first piece of swag I got was this James Webb poster.
Hold it up here. Yep.
What?
Hold it up, please.
I saw it on Twitter at one point, and I wanted to print it out for myself, but good thing I got it for free. This one is TRAPPIST-1, the view from TRAPPIST-1. So TRAPPIST is a planet, is a solar star system with a lot of Earth-like planets. Everyone's favorite exoplanet squad, and this is the view.
It's definitely my favorite exoplanet squad because I don't roll with any other squad in exoplanets. So.
And the people who made this poster told us about the Easter eggs. So if you're at TRAPPIST-1e, which is 12 kiloparsecs, no, parsecs, only parsecs.
Wait, 12 kiloparsecs.
12 parsecs, only 12 parsecs away from us. This is what the sun would look like. So the sun is here, somewhere around there. And Orion, they made Orion as such that it would look like the view from TRAPPIST-1e. So that's the Easter egg.
Wow.
They told us about. So that was cool.
That is cool. And Kepler's?
This is Kepler 16b. I know nothing about this exoplanet, but it's pretty, so I took it. I got a lot of other things.
A lot of other things. What else we got in the bag?
Like a green bag.
What?
Spinor.
It's a sport?
Forks. So this is a spoon.
Okay.
Fork, but then you push the button.
Boy, actually, that is hella convenient. Where did you get that? I want to get one. What? Is that a knife?
So it's a knife too. Very sustainable. That's
Okay,
what they
which table did you get that from?
Green bag.
Sorry? Green?
From the green bag.
Green Bank?
Wait, don't you use green bank? You
No, I use ALMA.
Wait.
But shout out Green Bank.
Yeah, shout out to Green Bank. We love Green Bank.
We love Green Bank.
What else?
Okay, I'm jelly now. I kind of want to get that.
Yeah, very few stuff. And then hella pins. But yeah, so I got these pins too.
Oh, let's see. Can we get a close up on the pins?
Put it in there.
Oh wow! Look at
So that's every one of the AAS focus areas, I guess. Maybe that's what it is. But I got more. There you go.
Well, everyone like and comment on the amazing swag Hillary's got. I mean, I'm probably not going to get a quarter of this, so feast your eyes on the swag. See, this is how you vlog. Teaching Hillary how to vlog. She says she doesn't. Comment below if you want vlogs from Hillary. Go to her channel and comment on the video saying we want the vlogs, so we want the MIT vlogs. We want to know what happens in Cambridge, Massachusetts for undergrads there. Those are the real questions they're going to be asking.
Yeah, if you're interested, let me know. But I will make
and
no
spam her on Twitter at Cosmic Hillaries and at Instagram at Cosmic Hillaries, so like she gets the message. And then spam her Facebook wall public page so she knows that you really want to see the vlogs. Okay, so it is 8:45. I think it's time to go back home to Irvine. It's probably going to take about another hour to drive back. Really fun first day. I probably have so much footage from just day one. I can't wait to review it and put it all together. But amazing first day. Met so many cool, amazing people. And we haven't even looked at any of the actual science that's going to be happening. So yeah, I'm just absolutely stoked to drive back an hour to Irvine. I'm really going to have to drive back, go to bed, get up, drive back. But I think it'll be worth it. So yeah, I'll see you then. 7 a.m. and I'm on my way to my car to go to the gas station and then drive to Pasadena. And I think I'm already not going to be able to make it to the 8 a.m. introductory talk. So I think what I might do is I might just forgo that completely and just get some breakfast, because it is the most important meal of the day, especially when you're going to be doing this every day of the week. So my tank is like pretty much empty, and that is the cost of a gallon of gas. So I'm a little bit worried at what the final cost will be. I should be able to get reimbursed for this, but still, nonetheless, this is the state of affairs in California. So I have returned to Pasadena. I'm back in the convention center parking lot. I am really hungry. It's like 8:50 in the morning and I haven't eaten anything yet. And I told John from yesterday, because you remember he's in the research group that I'm a part of. He is giving a poster talk at 9 o'clock, or I think it's between 9 and 10 o'clock today. So I'm going to stop by at some point and say hi to him and see his poster. And then I'm going to need to get something to eat, because I don't know how much longer I can go. But I did not forget this time my water. It's over here in my backpack. So I'm actually going to take the backpack today with the laptop. I'm not going to make the same mistake I did yesterday. But yeah, let's start day 2. Right, in the exhibit hall again, looking for John. I think I know exactly where I need to go. I need to go in this direction. And there is a really nice NASA presentation over here that I'm missing. I see NASA bags. I kind of want to get more NASA bags. I never have enough NASA bags, in my opinion. All right, so let's go and find John somewhere. Oh my gosh, there's food. They actually have food. I'm saved. I'm definitely going to have to get some food now. So I've gotten my breakfast right here. And as promised, here he is, the man, the myth, the legend, John, early here in the morning. Have you had your, are you competing in the Chambliss competition?
No.
No, you're not. Okay, so that's coming, but okay.
I don't think
Look at these nice light curves again that we saw yesterday.
so. We actually measured time lag.
Okay, yes.
So what are time lags? It's right here. What we're measuring is from the cross correlation coefficient. And this checks if there's a time lag between the driving light curve that we choose.
Right.
Generally for this project, we start with a much lower wavelength because we have a very wide base. But for this poster, I just wanted to present the optical because that's what I'm working on.
Right.
And we took the Swift UV2, which is like 1869 angstrom,
Wow. Okay.
as the driving light curve, and we found really consistent light lags in the GR, IZ, UV, and V, which is, I mean, it's what we expected. We had a first results paper come out in like October.
Okay.
It was written by Erin Kara. She's at MIT.
Right. You also just came out with a paper on the archive, did you not? Like there was a letter. Right?
Yeah, that was for MGC 4395.
Okay, so that was separate from
but
this.
it's
Okay.
a similar thing. It's a light curve. It's a time lag.
Gotcha.
It's the exact same field.
Gotcha.
So these lags that we measured are what we wanted to measure. But a lot of the work that went into it was just reducing. I guess it's hard to tell what you're looking at because this is over time. We're looking at the flux of the AGN over time.
Right.
In different filter bands, right? So the big challenge here was working with like 9 telescopes.
Yeah, but just look at all those telescopes.
So that means we're putting together 9 different telescopes. Well, actually, it's more than 9 telescopes because the Las Cumbres Observatory.
Oh, right. It's like multiple.
By itself is like 4 or 5. So it's more like
13, like
yeah,
14.
13 to 12 telescopes, each with different throughputs, possibly different filters, quantum efficiencies, all that kind of little stuff that is very systematic and might result in systematic errors. My main goal was to create like this program that wraps up all of these things that we need to do when we're making light curves for measurements.
Yeah, but to say, because your program has to like go through all these different different observatory data and then do all the intercalibration between the bands and that sounds very complicated. How did you do that?
One step at a time, honestly.
Yeah.
That's how it worked. Like I had I saw it like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do for this part. But like when it came to making it, it was just like I just gotta work and make sure this part works before I get to the next one.
For sure, yeah. You gotta be very systematic, step by step kind of approach. Makes sense. It's how like almost everything I think in our research is. It's just incremental steps. Well, John, I'll say thank you so much for giving the spiel.
Thanks for showing up.
Of course, I'll let other people come by. I think some people have been intimidated. I already saw Aaron kind of look and be like, all right, I don't want to be in the video, so I'll let him come by and bug you. So I'll have my breakfast too. Breakfast right here. Here in the exhibit hall, this is essentially what a poster session looks like, just rows of posters. Normally there'd be physical posters. This time it's only iPosters, but we are going to just walk up and down the aisles, see what's out here. Here's an unattended poster. But yeah, this is essentially the norm of the conferences, just having a bunch of people talking about their work, upward-chig environment. There's my advisor who walked by. Got on the vlog. Again, he probably didn't want to be there in the vlog, but so be it. So welcome back everyone. We are back in the exhibit hall. I finally decided to grab some swag because I was feeling a little bit left out. I didn't get swag yesterday. Took the swag. Gotta get the bookmarks, pins, pens, NASA bags. That's a must. You always gotta get NASA bags. Like these bags are like a staple of every astro conference I go to. More bookmarks. But I think the item that everyone has been dying to see is the spoon, fork, knife combo. I can't even call it a spork because it's not. So if you pull out the spoon here, you get a knife, which seems kind of a dangerous thing to have at a conference like this, but it's plastic, so I guess all is forgiven. But yeah, that's the swag inventory. I think I've swagged out, to be honest. Everyone, I want you to meet Erica here at the University of Maryland. We follow each other on social media for the past, I want to say 3 years.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 years.
Yeah, I think ever since grad school started for me, but I'm a rising 5th year, so.
I'm a rising 6th year, so oh my goodness, that makes me sound really old.
I know, it's scary.
So Erica, what are you working on right now, and are you presenting at this conference?
Yeah, I'm actually giving a talk on Thursday.
Thursday, the best day to do it?
Yes, I know, yeah. Save the best for last.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm giving a talk on Thursday on a recent paper I put out on tidal disruption events from the CCF1 survey.
Is it on the archive?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay, I will link the paper in the description for people who want to read it.
Yeah.
And you can follow her at... I forgot your handle already.
No, it's okay. It's gym leader Erica. Like
That's right,
Pokemon.
like gym leader Erica. What is your gym leader type if you had a type?
Well, Erica canonically
Is a grass type.
Yes.
But she
yeah.
spells her name differently now than you,
Yeah,
right?
with a K.
With a K, as opposed to a C, right? Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna be new to my fans, but I've been watching like Pokemon speedruns.
Really?
Of like the original, like red and blue.
So cool.
So yeah, it's fresh in my mind. That's why I really like your name on social media. So, well, everyone, thank you so much for. Well, I should say, Erica, thank you for giving us your time.
Yeah.
And we'll be back with, I don't know, whatever I film next.
Cool.
Okay, we are going to be looking for the Jocelyn Bell Burnell talk. And I don't know where it is. I'm assuming most people do, so I'm going to go follow where most people are walking. And I think that will take me to the right place. Indeed, most people are walking in this direction, and I think this is the hall where it's going to happen. I hope. I wasn't here for the morning plenary, so we'll have to deduce the information as we approach. So I've just made it to the exhibit hall. This is where Jocelyn Bell is going to be speaking in the next few minutes, and we're going to listen to what she has to say. And it looks like it's going to be a packed auditorium, so I'm looking forward to it. This is exciting. This is part of the big talks that happen at these sort of conferences, where there's a well-known speaker who's going to give a talk, and we're going to sit and listen.
I'm president of the AAS, and I just want to give you a little bit of history about this, the way we do things now. Back several years ago, Kevin Marvel and a representative from the Royal Astronomical Society.
So I'm back in the exhibit hall after listening to the talk from Dame Jocelyn Bell Burnell, and I think it was a very eye-opening and important talk to have regarding the participation of women in astronomy. And I think it asks a lot of questions as to why are some countries doing better at putting women in positions of being astronomers as opposed to other countries, especially Western countries where the numbers were usually average or even below average in most cases. So very, very powerful talk. The Q&A session afterwards was also very insightful. Jocelyn Bell was talking a lot about imposter syndrome, which I have talked about in this channel quite a bit, and how she herself has faced it in her career, even though that's not what it was called back in her day. But again, I think it's just important and just really just reassuring to have someone of her status and her someone who's as accomplished as her, sort of just acknowledging that she herself, had doubts about if she was going to make it or not. And the piece of advice she gave was that, if you feel like you have imposter syndrome, just work your absolute hardest and, live with the results. And I think that's just honestly all you can really do, because all you can really do is your best. And if you give it your best effort and it's not enough, then at least you can leave knowing that you gave it your all, and that's something to be proud of. We're out of the convention center now, trying to find a place to eat, but that's convenient because there's literally a shopping mall strip down here. So super convenient. I'm going to find some food, and you guys will see me eat it probably. I'm going to be honest, I've never been here in this part of Pasadena, but it's quite nice. Highly recommend. There is a Japanese steakhouse and sushi bar to my right, a salon to my left. Don't think I'm going to go get food there. And a lot of people from the conference, I can tell, just sitting around doing some work. And I don't know where I'm going to eat. There is a Mexican classic food cafe there. Huh. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to get. Maybe I'll just get the Japanese food, I'm not sure. And the Japanese steakhouse is apparently closed, so gotta find something else then. In fact, I don't know what is actually open. Some of these places look really closed. Cold Stone is closed. Something tells me I'm going the wrong way, but we will press on. We will find the food. We will find the nourishment and get ourselves re-energized for the second half of this day. If I could find someplace to eat, that would be great. Okay, I've literally been walking for like 10 minutes. I've not found any food yet that's open. There was this one bar that I think maybe that's my best option at this point. But yeah, at this point, no idea. Like all the restaurants nearby are like closed. I guess maybe they open at night or late afternoon, but I have no idea where I am now. There's a dim sum house over there. I don't know if you see that, but there is a dim house. That might be the place to go. I don't know. I can't believe I haven't found anything to eat yet. Now I'm like completely off course. Like I'm in this, I don't know. I don't know where I am now. I've totally lost myself. Here is lunch, shrimp and bacon burrito, and some chips and a Coke. That should be enough for the rest of the day, I hope. So we're going to go attend the evolution of galaxies. Some of my friends are talking in this session, and we're gonna see what it's all about. Okay, just got out of the galaxy formation evolution seminar, and lots of great talks. Two of them by UCI graduate students like myself, and therefore I'll post the pictures up from the talk. One by Stephanie and one by Devante. And I did my best to try and ask a question for each talk. I think I only missed maybe one or two talks where I didn't have a question. A lot of it was over my head. Honestly, I don't know everything that's happening in these subjects, but I think when you go to these talks, you really just try best to give the speaker your undivided attention. You know, try and think of anything that you're just curious about, even if it's very simple. I asked some pretty simple questions. And yeah, that is essentially how that went. Now we have another plenary talk. I think another plenary talk in about 10 minutes. So I will get going to that. And well, we'll see what happens after that. Okay, back-to-back plenary talks. They're playing some, I don't know how to describe this music. I'm here with Meredith and Julio, both recently graduated from the University of Massachusetts Amherst, and now at University of Arizona and New Mexico State University. So Andrew Dotson, shout out to you, man. You're gonna meet somebody. He's coming. You better say hi now. Anyway, but yeah, we're about to hear about asteroid reionization, the broad reach of survey astronomy.
I love asteroids.
You love asteroids. I'm
interested in the reionization.
Personally, I'm interested in the broad reach of survey astronomy.
Well, so there's something for everyone.
Exactly. So we'll let you know how it goes after this. Back in the exhibit hall after a riveting plenary talk. And I am going to just be taking a stroll around the different posters. And we'll just see what people are talking about. So it's 8:30. I'm going to be heading back now. I just had dinner with some fine people from the University of Utah and the Ohio State University. But it is getting late. We were going to go to a bar, but I couldn't drink because I have to drive, and it's getting kind of late because it's 8:30 now. And I think it's about time I should pack up and get going back to Irvine because I do need to do some work actually by the time I get back. But overall, amazing day again at the conference. And yeah, getting ready for the commute back. I'm back in Irvine. It's like 10:30 at night, and I am going to be working on the script, which is almost done for my iPoster, which I'm going to include audio files for narration. And hopefully once that's done, I can shower, go to bed, and start the day all over again tomorrow. So yeah, end of day 2. I think it was a successful day. Great fun, met a lot of amazing people. You know, I'm just really thrilled to be at this conference, honestly. I didn't know what to expect, honestly, before I got here, or I got there, because I'm not in Pasadena anymore. But it's been just an extremely positive experience through the first 2 days, hoping that trend will continue till the end of the conference. So stay tuned for more. So we are starting day 3 in Pasadena. Finally made it. The commute was kind of long, traffic was heavy, but I've made it. so I'm gonna head into the exhibit hall, look for the free coffee and pastries for breakfast, and then I'm gonna go check out a friend's poster who is presenting at 9 in the morning. So they're going from 9 to 10, so hopefully I'll be able to catch them before it's time to close up shop. So welcome back to Hillary here again, giving her presentation, even though she kind of misled me, telling me it was going to be Thursday, and I just saw here Tuesday. 2 questions. Actually, 1 question. What is with the famous tag? Everyone's wondering.
Oh my god.
Like, how did you get that? Are there just like a select amount of tags out there that they just secretly pass out? They're just kind of like...
Person to ask me about the famous tag.
Yeah?
I guess it's a very good tag because it gets people to talk to me. But it's the famous grad.
Oh, yes. Okay, the famous. But I was telling someone who was walking by, like, what's the famous deal? And I was kind of like, well, she is kind of famous actually, because she did win this thing. So I was like, it fits. But I'm like, we were thinking, we were discussing there's some secret VIP tag going around. There's like a limited amount, but. Yeah, exactly. Well, here's her presentation on ultra-faint dwarf galaxies. Poster link will be in the description if you really want to check it out. There's narration I can see. So thanks again, Hillary. And we'll see you Thursday, I guess.
Yeah, featuring heavily on that blog.
Well, you know, I'm sure people will appreciate to see the collab here.
Yes.
And that's actually on film.
You're doing all the work though.
I am doing all the work.
This is not a collab.
Apparently, Hillary did not know that the original Disneyland was in Anaheim, California. She's like, there's a Disneyland here? And I'm like, we are literally like less than an hour away from the original Disneyland.
No, I only knew about the Universal in California, not the Disneyland. The only Disneyland I know is in Florida.
No, that's Disney World. It's totally different. It's the world versus the land. Like, this is just shocking.
No.
You heard it here first, folks. Hillary, Diane, and Andales thought that Disneyland was in Florida.
Wow.
What?
Am I canceled now?
Yeah, actually, there's gonna be a hashtag cancel her.
Hillary's over party.
So we're getting lunch now, and because I made fun of her about Disneyland, Disney World, I just said something that shows my ignorance. I actually didn't know what ratioed means, which is kind of embarrassing with being in this day and age. But please, just inform me, what does ratioed mean?
Ratio. Getting ratioed is if you tweet something,
right,
and if someone quote tweets it,
yeah,
and then the quote tweet gets way more likes than you did, then you got ratioed.
Ouch.
That's what that means.
I feel like that probably happens more often than I realize to myself, but okay.
Well, I don't know.
Well, anyways, thank you so much for the explanation. You've just educated me.
Cultural lesson.
Yeah, this is a Gen Z thing. You know, I'm a millennial, so I'm just a little bit older.
I don't identify as Gen Z.
You don't identify as Gen Z. Okay, you heard it here first, folks. Gen Zers, you can't claim her. So I have just done a lot since lunchtime. I went to a few talks of a few of my friends, and also one of my summer students who did research for me over a summer, Jeysen, who I think has been in this vlog. So I saw him give his talk. It's just an absolute delight to see a former student giving a talk at one of these big conferences. And I had a meeting with a scientist over at the Flatiron Institute at the Computational Center for Astrophysics, and we just discussed research ideas and similarities of projects, and just I flirted with the idea of possibly trying to land at the institution at some point. And nothing is for certain, nothing ever is, but it was a good talk, and it was great to finally meet this person and discuss research, and I just love that part of conferences. So it is 6:55 on Tuesday night, end of day 3. I'm actually going to be going back to Irvine relatively early tonight, so I'll be back hopefully around 8 o'clock instead of like close to 10. There are some things that I want to take care of when I get back, but also I mainly want to get good sleep tonight because I am presenting tomorrow, and I'd rather be awake when I'm doing it because it's at 5:30 in the afternoon, so it's already after a long day, and I'd rather be alert and ready to go. And be well rested for that. So I'll be heading back to Irvine now, and I will see you guys tomorrow for my presentation day on day 4 of this conference. Guys, so it's the big day. It's Wednesday. This is the presentation day, so I gotta get kind of dressed up for the occasion, and I can't believe I'm gonna be wearing this tie all day. It's gonna be an adventure. I'm adhering to the look good, feel good principle. And I look good. I got a lot of sleep last night. I got like 8 hours, which is amazing for a conference night. I think that's like the most I've ever slept for a conference. And yeah, I'm ready to start the day. Unfortunately missing a bit of the morning stuff, but that just had to be the price to get a good night's sleep. So yeah, gonna get ready to go to Pasadena, get my daily breakfast and coffee from the convention center, and I might spend some time today working on my presentation, just talking about it. I'll also be promoting it on my social media, so it's already too late to check it out in real time, but I will have a link to the poster in the description below if you want to see the iPoster, and it's also narrated by me, so I have all the different I've narrated all the different parts of my poster. I've tried to use fairly simple language, though there needs to be some jargon for some of the more technical people out there, but hopefully the overall message of the poster is fairly understandable. Before I go, however, I do have to get the whole outfit on camera. I don't normally dress like this, so it is an occasion, but hey, look good, feel good, like I said, and I'm going to be very hot today. I can already tell. I'm going to be very hot. I'm probably going to try not to wear this jacket too much, but we'll see how that goes. I really would rather not be very sweaty when I'm giving my presentation, so I'm going to have to just manage my walking speed and limit my exposure to the sun today somehow. So yeah, that's the current state of affairs. Okay, so I've just parked my car, and I have about 17 minutes to go and grab the free coffee, the free breakfast food, and eat that, and then go to my friend's talk, which is going to be on the other side of the convention center. So it's going to be a race, and I'm going to try and do all of that while not working up a sweat in this suit. So let's see if I can accomplish any of that. I'm with Mackenzie Scott here. Just gave her talk. How do you feel?
I feel great.
Yeah.
It went better than expected. The technical difficulties in the room threw me off a little bit, but
No?
I did it.
I think the talk was amazing. I have
Thank
definitely
you.
more questions, but
Thank you.
this session has been plagued with quite a few technical difficulties,
Exactly.
to say the least.
Just to say the least, yeah.
But she worked through it, and she's done a great job. And so shout out to Mackenzie and the Ohio State University.
And the Ohio State University.
We are eating dim sum. This place has really been a hot place to eat at. It seems like it's hard to get seating here, but I just want to introduce Noura and Katya from University of Michigan. Saxon from Utah Valley University, and the current Michigan RU student.
Yep.
Right? Good, very good. Hopefully everyone remembers Mackenzie and Josh down there. You got Guru and Binita down here, and of course Jonathan all the way down there. We're all just enjoying dim sum. This is what, day 4 of the conference?
Yeah.
How do we all feel about this conference so far?
It's great.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
To be back in person. Yeah.
Great to be back in person. Yep, everyone likes it. Great.
I feel like I'm like a kid in a candy shop.
Yeah.
It's like astronomy.
I know, right? It's just like everywhere we go, it's just like something for everyone. I've been really, fascinated. Like I've been going to talks that I don't have much expertise in, but I'm learning quite a lot.
Yeah.
So it's been incredible.
I'm running into so many people that I used to know, or I met at another conference or something, and it's so great to reconnect.
Really
Yeah.
familiar names or faces that I'm just like, hey, how do I know you? And they're like, you're crazy, just go away.
Ooh, look at that. Nice, we gotta get the close up.
Yeah.
And the rice.
I think that's
Okay, give it to Mackenzie then.
move it along.
The rice is yours?
Yeah.
Okay, let's give her the rice.
I just ordered one thing I knew I could.
Well, thank you for everyone for participating. I appreciate the awkwardness. your tolerance of it, I should say. So let's just enjoy our food.
That's awesome.
Here are my props for my talk. You guys will be wondering what they're about. Come by 5:30 today if you really want to see them. Okay, so I'm at my poster. This is the iPoster session. I'm about 2 hours early. I think it's about 3 o'clock. Actually, I'm 2.5 hours early. But I wanted to just get some practice in, doing some talking, just getting used to the words I want to say and the explanations I want to do. It's going to be kind of hard because there's no one around here, but I think I'm just trying to work out exactly what's the best approach for explaining this poster to someone. I'll put a link to this poster in the description below. So if you want to, go through each section, you can press the play button and you can listen to what I have to say for each different part. I try and explain what's going on in each section. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. And I'm going to be practicing the talk, and I might even make a separate video where I go through it. So yeah, let's hope for a good run.
So the premise of my talk is that I use observations from to measure the masses of the supermassive to dynamic in a way, essentially measure the mass.
So my judge just came by, actually. Said she's going to be judging my poster. I asked if I wanted to do the session right now, as opposed to the time at 5:30. And I've got about an hour and 25 to go, so I was like, I think I'd rather wait until the actual session time, just because that hour and 25 could be the difference in the quality of the presentation. So, well, at least I know who's judging me. They seem friendly enough, but I have to get ready and get ready to answer any of their questions. Hi there, everyone. Kyle here in post-production after the AAS meeting has already ended, but I thought I would make a brief video going over my poster a little bit because this was a big portion as to why I was at AAS in the first place. I did present this poster on the third day of the conference, and I think it's fair that I talk a little bit about some of the science that I presented. And the science that I presented essentially encapsulated in the title. It's black hole mass estimates of early type galaxies NGC 4786, 5193, and NGC 3245 using ALMA, carbon monoxide observations, and gas dynamical models. Now, this poster, this iPoster, it's an electronic poster. The link for it will be in the description below if you want to take a look at it yourself. And there's also narration, which I've talked about in the vlog as well. So if you just click on any of these buttons here, we construct thin disk dynamical models that are fit directly to the ALMA data. Right, so I'm essentially talking at different parts of this poster, but I'll go over it a little bit here, just so you get a taste of what I did. So effectively, I looked at measuring, or I didn't look at, but I was trying to measure the mass of these three supermassive black holes. And why would you want to do that? Well, essentially, as I say here, supermassive black holes are believed to play an important role in the formation evolution of galaxies, or the galaxies that they live in. And in the 1990s, it was evident from Hubble Space Telescope observations that the black hole masses would scale with different properties of the host galaxy, such as central velocity dispersion. You can sort of think of that as sort of the standard deviation of the velocities of stars in the central part of the galaxy, the galaxy's bulge luminosity, and the bulge mass. So essentially, there are these plots that show that black hole mass scales with these properties in the sense that bigger bulge masses means bigger black hole masses, and so on with the other parameters as well. Essentially, bigger whatever these quantities means bigger black hole masses. But the thing is that black hole masses have not always been well constrained in the sense that black hole masses, if they've been measured with multiple techniques, which there are very few of those that exist, they actually tend to disagree. So a very famous example is maybe M87. Let me see here, if I have it on my phone, which I do because it's my screensaver. But essentially, if you think of the M87 discovery, right, the M87 black hole that the HT released the picture of in 2019, that black hole was measured about 5 times, I think, up until that point, or maybe 4 times up until that point. The HT's reported black hole mass measurement, I think, was the 5th or 6th time that black hole was measured. Its mass was measured, and it differs every time by like a factor of 2 to 4. So there is some disagreements as to why, there's disagreements between the methods, is what I'm trying to say. And so it's very incumbent upon us as black hole mass weighers, I guess, that to have reliable instruments and techniques that can get precise black hole masses. And so the instrument that we use is this telescope known as ALMA. So if you've heard me talk about ALMA before, it's this array in Chile that has dozens of radio dishes pointed at the sky, and it targets a broad range in radio frequency and wavelength. But for the purposes of our research, we looked at carbon monoxide. It's one of the most prominent emission lines that you can see in the galaxy. And we looked at these 3 different gas/dust disks at the centers of these 3 galaxies. So these are the 3 galaxies here. These are Hubble Space Telescope images that I've imaged. So this is sort of a blue filter. This is a near-infrared filter. And this is also a near-infrared filter. And you can see that as you go into sort of the optical visual band wavelengths, you can see that there is this prominent dust structure that becomes a bit more transparent as you move towards the infrared. That's just a property of dust. It scatters light very strongly at shorter wavelengths or wavelengths comparable to the size of the dust grains, but does not scatter or absorb as strongly at larger wavelengths, which is why we use the infrared. These blue images here are the ALMA data, or I should say it's the ALMA CO emission, the carbon monoxide emission that is coincident, as in it's in the same sort of spatial locations as the dust disks themselves. And so using this set of HST and ALMA data, we are able to constrain the masses of the black holes. And the way we do that is we use what are known as thin disk models. Now I'm going to use my props here that I used at the conference. So a thin disk model essentially is where we imagine this sort of thin rotating disk on the plane of the sky, okay? And these disks, right, are these disks right here. These disks of gas and dust are rotating, actually. They're rotating, and they're, part of it at least is within what is known as the black hole's radius or sphere of influence. We can sort of think of the black hole sphere of influence as sort of this imaginary sphere where the black hole dominates the gravity within that sphere. And the way that you constrain the mass of the black hole is that you look at stuff like gas in our case, but sometimes other cases like stars, and you essentially observe the velocities and the motions of that gas or stars, and you can get an estimate, you can quantify how massive the black hole is in order for it to exert that much force for the dust or the gas to be moving at the speeds you observe. And okay, so we have these thin disk models, okay, and these models are fit directly to what are known as data cubes. So my second prop here is this cube, and data cubes are essentially, it's kind of transparent on that side. Data cubes are effectively images, a stack of images. You have to imagine each one of these slices is a separate image, and at each image it's taken at a different frequency or velocity. So here's a movie of sort of an animation that I made going through an ALMA data cube that I'm comparing to with my model. So this is the data for NGC 5193, and this is the model for NGC 5193, one of the targets in my sample. You can see this is about a 2 arc second, maybe 2.5 arc second square cutout on the sky. And what you're going to see here is that you're going to see different images taken at different frequency channels, or which correspond to different velocities, because essentially we use the Doppler shift. You have to imagine that if there is light coming from this spinning disk being emitted by a carbon monoxide molecule, there's part of this disk that's moving towards us at Earth, or towards you, I guess, towards the camera, and moving away from you, right? So that relative motion is going to induce a Doppler shift of the observed light emission. And so we use that Doppler shift in our models to essentially quantify how fast is the gas moving. And right, when we can figure out how fast the gas is moving, we can estimate the mass of the black hole. So here's the animation. This is CO emission occurring at different frequencies, and this is the velocity it would be associated with at those red shifted or blue shifted frequencies. So we can see this is essentially what happens. We essentially create these models, right, that at least visually seem to be a good representation of the data, and then we fit them. We take a residual, a data minus model residual that's weighted by some uncertainty, and then we try and optimize or minimize that uncertainty. So what are the best set of parameters, which includes black hole mass and sort of disk position and orientation variables that go into our model. So these are all the different parameters of our model that go into it, at least for our simplest kind of model. We also need to constrain the brightness of the stars, because we essentially are decomposing the entire mass budget. So that means there is a certain amount of mass in this area, okay? And we want to be able to assign, some of that mass to the black hole, some of that mass to the stars, and some of that mass to the gas disk itself. The way that we get the mass of the stars is that we essentially take these H-band images, these H-band or these near-infrared images that's taken at about 1.6 microns, and we model the distribution of light with two-dimensional Gaussian functions. So the black here is the observed, what are known as isophotes. Those are lines of constant brightness or constant surface brightness of the galaxies, and the red is the contours of the model that we use to model that. And essentially we can convert this light model of the galaxy into a mass model, and thus we can get a estimate of the mass of the stars. I think I'm taking a while here, so I'm just going to show you the results a bit. These are what are known as moment maps that show sort of the brightness, the line of sight velocity, and the velocity dispersion of the gas between the data, the model, and then I take the residual between the two. And this is for NGC 4786. This one is for 5193, and I have one for 3245 right here. I also have included what are known as position velocity diagrams. Those are essentially where you measure the velocity of the gas as a function of distance from the center. So you have to imagine just sort of taking a line right here, just drawing a line through the center of this disk along the major axis, the long axis of this disk, and then plotting the velocity as a function of distance from the center. And so these are all very preliminary results, I should say. Current estimates of the black hole masses in 4786 are between 3 to 600 million times the mass of the sun. 5193's black hole mass is somewhere between 100 to 300 million times the mass of the sun. And 3245 is actually an interesting case because my advisor, Aaron Barth, you've actually met him in the vlog before. He actually measured this black hole mass back in 2001. And if you actually are interested in reading that paper, if you go to the bottom of this page and you hit on the references, this paper right here, I could put it in the description below, is the first initial measurement of NGC 3245's supermassive black hole. That's what my advisor did back in the years 2000/2001. And now he did it with HST, ionized gas disk modeling, and now we're using ALMA to remeasure the black hole and see how well it compares. And actually, the range I'm getting with ALMA is comparable to what my advisor got. He got somewhere between, I think, 1.6 and 2.6. I'm getting about 1.5 to 2, but our error bars essentially would align in that sense. And so far it's a fairly good agreement, but the model fits aren't ideal at the moment. There's still some systematic problems with how the model tries to emulate the data. So I'm still working on that. And then finally, the last thing I want to talk about is the future work. One of the biggest problems in these galaxies is the presence of dust. So this is 3245, and you can see that there's this prominent dust structure here at the center. There's also evidence of star formation from this bright region. This comes from essentially color maps. That means I'm taking the pictures I had over here for 3245 from these different Hubble Space Telescope filters, and I'm looking at the differences between them and just trying to observe differences in color. Differences in color can tell us a lot about the presence of star formation and the presence of dust and how light is scattered and stuff of that nature. So that's a lot of important information because, remember, in order to constrain the mass of the black hole, we need to constrain the mass of the stars very well. And we did that by looking at the H-band, the near-infrared imaging of the two galaxies, or actually the three galaxies, I should say, and we modeled the observed brightness with a two-dimensional Gaussian structure. But the thing is that we really, really need to model the centralmost part of this galaxy the most accurately because that is, that's where the kinematics of the gas is dominated most strongly by the black hole. And so because of dust and scattering and star formation, that all sort of influences our interpretation of how much stellar mass there must be. And if we don't have a good constraint on the stellar mass, the black hole in certain cases, the mass of the black hole, I should say, is going to be pretty uncertain as well. There's going to be a high uncertainty in the measurement because there's going to be a high uncertainty in the stellar mass profile. And that's because these observations, they don't have super high angular resolution. Well, actually, no, they have very high angular resolution, but we can actually do better with ALMA. The size of these ellipses here on these panels show essentially the size of the resolution limit of the ALMA telescope, and it's quite big actually in comparison to in this case for 4786. But we can go smaller actually. These are sort of initial observations to see if there was high velocity rotating gas, which there is, And in some cases, we might want to repropose, we might want to ask ALMA again to look at these galaxies, but essentially improving the resolution, as in shrinking the size of this point spread function, as in so it can resolve more deeply within the centralmost parts of these galaxies, and the black holes' gravity will be more easily observed. And so I know I just ended up talking for, oh my gosh, like almost 15 minutes, so I guess that really wasn't short, but I hope that it gave you some insight as to what my research is like. This is essentially what I've been doing in my entire PhD, using ALMA observations and this gas dynamical modeling framework I've developed in Python to weigh the masses of these black holes, and also getting involved with trying to use this available color information to constrain sort of the amount of stellar light loss, and sort of understanding how does the dust influence our measurement of the black hole mass. So with that, I think I've talked long enough and have taken away from the vlog quite a bit. But nonetheless, I hope you found this informative, and I think it's one of the first times I've really delved into the details of my research. You're more than welcome to listen to the narration I've provided if you want more, and I'll always be happy to take questions. You can also contact author here. If you contact author, I guess you could just send me an email. It'll just go right to my email. But yeah, my email's right there. So thank you for listening to this presentation in the middle of my vlog. And without further ado, I will bring you back to AAS 240, and the vlog shall recommence.
Successful poster talk. Voice is very tired. Now I'm going on a tour of Caltech, which I have been to before, but I'm happy to do it. Spend more time with people I've met at the conference, but I have to say I'm quite tired, and now we're moving pretty fast again, so been on my feet for like 90 minutes straight. We'll get through. Okay, so we just walked to Caltech, walked all around Caltech's campus. That was after me standing for like an hour and a half giving my poster, so I'm like kind of I got a lot of pain on my feet, but it's okay. I'm here with Katya, Noura, and Saxon. We're deciding what we want to get for dinner. I'm sure we'll find something nice and we'll enjoy it, and then you'll see it, and then you'll be jealous that we have this food in front of you. We are having sushi for dinner. This is all looking really delicious. We got Saxon, Noura, Katya here. Round 2 of us ordering a bunch of food after our lunch escapade. So feel free to dig in, guys. I think it's time. It's almost midnight in Pasadena. I just got dessert with the same people that I had sushi with. So I just had dessert with Saxon and Noura, Katya, and it was great. We ended up running into more people at the dessert place that we ended up chatting with for an extra like half hour. So yeah, I'm not gonna get back to Irvine until like 1 in the morning. I'm probably not gonna get a lot of sleep, but it's the last day, and so I think it's okay if I just sort of coast through it and just get by on adrenaline and a lot of coffee, because that's the current plan for that. But it's been an amazing night. Great presentation today, I think. I really gave it everything I had. The judges seemed to enjoy my answers. So I'm very pleased with how that went. And yeah, I am back in the parking lot. Going to be driving back now. And hopefully getting some sleep soon. Friday morning, running to my car to get to the gas station because I'm pretty much on an empty tank right now. Both my car and myself, because energy levels are just really low. It's like 7:30 right now, so if I get the gas and quickly go to the convention center, I could probably get there around 9:10, 9:15, I'm hoping. I really want to catch some posters in the poster session that goes between 9 and 10 in the morning, so running on 5.5 hours of sleep, somehow still functioning. Gonna try and focus on having a safe drive. I just got some coffee, and I ran around the poster exhibits, and I found the 2 people whose posters I wanted to see. I saw a few other posters I really wanted to see, so that was really cool. I'm gonna go get my book now from Princeton University Press. You might
might remember from I think it was Monday, Monday or Sunday, they offered me a book that I could have if I came back on Thursday, which now it's Thursday, so I'm going to get my book now. Here it is, The Little Book of Cosmology by Lyman Page. You know me, I'm like a book maniac. I just got to have my books, and I couldn't leave this conference without leaving with one, and here's one. So thank you to Princeton University Press for this book. I really appreciate it. This is my first meal of the day, chips and a hot dog. So yay, sustenance finally at like 11 o'clock. So I am in the quiet room of AAS 240. This is the quiet room. There's like 2 chairs here and a couch. Someone was sleeping earlier. And I'm trying to take a nap too. So yeah, I'm just gonna nap in this chair. Because I've been trying to do that for the past half hour. And just regain some semblance of strength for the last like 6 hours of this conference. We are at the last plenary talk of the event. It's like 4:40 in the afternoon, and we finally made it to the end of this conference. I am going to find a seat. I'm hopefully going to try to not fall asleep because I think we all can acknowledge that I'm tired. I think everyone's kind of tired. And then we'll have the closing reception, and that'll be it. And I'll be on my way back to Irvine. So let's do this. It is 5:41 on Thursday. It is the end. We just finished the last plenary of the conference. Woo! Pretty much at the end. Hillary is filming here. And while I was in the plenary talk, I actually got an email regarding the decision of my first authored paper submitted to an AAS journal, the Astrophysical Journal, and it got accepted. And it just feels so good. Feels like a huge weight is off my shoulder. I made the last video saying that the paper was in review, but now I can say it's finally accepted. I'm a published author now.
Let's go.
In the Astrophysical Journal. And to be honest, I'm so tired from this conference, but that was like a burst of just like, I was just kind of like, yes. I'm not even gonna lie. I may have had a bit of a tear forming, I'm not gonna say it, but it was just kind of like, years of work, just finally getting validated and finally going to see the light of day, going to finally be enough, it's going to go to print.
Yes.
And yeah, it's just, what a way to cap off the end of this conference, honestly. It's, I didn't plan on that. I couldn't have, so it just feels like part of me just I imagined the moment the acceptance letter would come, I would just be like, yes, but I'm just like, well, there you go, I just did it, but yeah, yes. I'm just like, oh, I'm so tired.
Yeah.
Just collapse, So, but yeah, it's over. This paper's done.
Yeah.
Can move on to the next thing. It feels so good. It feels good, man.
You know that meme where after you finish a TV show and you're like, what do I do with my life now?
That's literally.
Is that you right now?
I have that because I have the paper done and because the conference is being over. Yeah, well, thanks everyone for watching the vlog. I don't know what I'm going to do next. There's a reception in about an hour. That'll be the very last event at the conference, and I guess I will go to that because I made it this far. I might as well just stick it out till the end. So, yeah. Thank you, Hillary, for filming it. I'm so tired.
Yeah, me too, man.
We're getting frozen yogurt as a celebratory pre-dinner snack, I guess, because we're going to get the free food at the closing ceremony. But I guess we're having dessert first. So, okay, I'm down. Here is my dessert. I got the strawberry tequila sunrise with Sunkist in it, so this will be good. So I didn't anticipate on this happening, but my favorite basketball team, the Golden State Warriors, just won their 4th NBA championship tonight on the same day that my first paper gets accepted. This is a day to remember. I'm kind of in shock, to be honest. I have no idea. I don't even know how to feel. Like, I'm drained from the conference, but I'm ecstatic that the paper got accepted by Teachers One. It's like, and I'm getting a Shirley Temple here to celebrate. So, yeah, the Warriors, awesome day. Just getting thank you to everyone who I met. Thank you for Jackson for filming this. I'm at a loss.
You got it, man.
I'm just at a loss.
Hell yeah. Woo!
Hey there everyone, Kyle here in post editing this video, but I just wanted to conclude with a few comments after seeing a lot of these clips that have reminded me just what an amazing time I had at the AAS conference. First off, I want to thank my advisor for encouraging me to go to this conference as well as financially supporting me to go to this conference. I want to thank the American Astronomical Society and all of the conference organizers for making this event possible. It was the first in-person conference event they had since 2020 because of the coronavirus pandemic. I want to also thank just everyone I've met at this conference who was incredible. Everyone was incredible, really. I had no negative interactions with people at this conference. It was all positive. I met so many incredible people across so many institutions from the United States and even the world. And I just am blown away at the brilliance that exists in our community of astronomers and astrophysicists and just fans of space in general. It was just so humbling and so gratifying to meet such incredible individuals at all levels, from undergraduates to graduate students like myself, postdocs, professors, just all across the board. Just amazing time. And I'm really looking forward to going to future AAS conferences and other smaller, maybe more specific to my research kind of conferences. Let me know if you want to see vlogs of those kind of events. This was a big undertaking on my part, and it was a little bit exhausting, I can't lie, but just going through the video and editing all the clips together, it really feels it was all totally worth it. So I would definitely do it again if I had the chance. And if you really would like to see something like that, just let me know. And finally, I want to thank my audience who watches these videos. Obviously, without you, there's just no incentive for me to put these out there. And you know, I got to meet some of you at this conference, which was just amazing. I forgot. I met some of my own viewers of the channel here, or in Pasadena, I should say, and it was so nice. And thank you for reaching out and supporting the channel throughout the years. It means a lot to me, really. And you know, just let me know what I can do to improve in terms of stuff you'd want to see in the future with regards to maybe conference vlogs or other types of videos. I'm always open for feedback, though I just might not have the time to implement all of the suggestions that quickly, but any feedback is appreciated. So thank you to the audience for supporting this channel for as long as you have. And with that, that is finally the end of the video. This is easily going to be the longest video on my channel to date at over an hour. And if you get through it, you deserve some sort of medal or award that I can't give to you, but you can just know that I think you should get one. And so until next time, everyone, I will see you later, and I wish you all a wonderful rest of your day or night wherever you are, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.